Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's Marvin speaking. We're going to get straight into a video which was the new information from Mark Williams Thomas, because sometimes we forget what he actually said, so we're just going to go back and listen to what he said. And obviously, for the record,
took Jay back to their rental apartment were key people to speak to, and as a result I've now spoken in some detail to one of these men, Ayub Kasim, who was known as Johnny Vegas, and I've also identified the other male that was with him, but I've not yet spoken to him. Ayub has provided me with his account of what he says happened.
I just want to say one thing. At first people were confused because they thought Johnny Vegas and Ayub were two different people, but obviously that is an alias name he uses.
On that morning, Monday the 17th of June. He said he was on the strip, Jay wanted to carry on partying, and he said he had nowhere to stay, so he said he could come back to his. They say in the car they played music and chatted before stopping to get a drink at a cafe at a shop just prior to entering the mountains. He said
a lot of people think that was a cover, so they're actually spotted on some camera. If the Spanish police did go investigate it, that it would show them being there, so the story runs smoothly.
He was driving, his friend was in the passenger seat, and Jay was in the back. They say on arrival at the rental, his friend opened the door, went into the left, and went straight to sleep. Jay walked in behind, followed by him, and when gone inside, they went upstairs, and Ayub then said to Jay, "Sofa's yours, here's a towel, here's a blanket, have a shower if you want." Jay asked for a cigarette, and Ayub said, "I've got some Camel cigarettes," and put one on the side. Jay then asked for a phone charger. He said, "Go into my friend's room, he's asleep, take his charger, and you can put your phone on."
It just sounds just all a bit too smooth and comfortable, that there were no problems, and that he was so comfortable going back there. Why out into the wilderness where you thought a young lad would want to be with his friends at a party scene? It just doesn't still add up to me, that.
On charge. There was no charging point by the sofa. Ayub says he then goes to sleep and he's woken by a buzzer. Ayub says he comes down the stairs. Jay says to him, "What's that annoying noise?" which was the doorbell. Ayub says he opens the door and speaks to a woman and a man, and they gestured that he needed to move his car. Ayub says he gets into...
But we've had conversation. There were a lot of parking spaces around, and for the Airbnb as well. So why would they knock the door? That also sounded a little bit just suspicious. Someone knocked the door. Also in the comments as well, it said the two people that were after Jay or come in for Jay, it could have been them early in the morning.
To his car, and he's starting to move it, and he looks in the rearview mirror and he sees Jay talking to a woman. He's got his trainers on as though he's about to leave. Jay then says to Ayub, having moved the car, the woman says, "I can get a bus every 10 minutes. And Ayub says, he says to him, "Mate, just chill out. I'll drop you off in town when I wake up properly."
So this must have been a conversation more or less out on the road, or Jay obviously had come outside the property and was ready to go. So it must have been a passing conversation. But we've got one camera picture which is 100% could not, it's 100% sorry that it's not 100% that it is him. And I don't know, that doesn't add up to me, that bit, when basically there's no picture evidence of him really, or video evidence of him being there. All we've got is people's accounts that he was there and he was alive and he went from the property, the Airbnb.
He went, no, I'm hungry, I need to get a scram, and the woman told me I can get a bus every 10 minutes to Los Cristianos. Ayub says he replies, "There's no bus coming, this is my green door, if you need me." He says he shut the door. Jay walks away and he goes back to sleep. He then says he gets a call from a friend of Jay's who says that he's in a ditch somewhere and he's been cut by a cactus. The evidence still strongly supports that Jay left the Airbnb suddenly, walked for 30 minutes before wandering.
But, you know, that's his theory, but we don't know that actually happened. What about the beach scene before, where we could hear Lucy shouting that he may have been hurt in a confrontation there? And yet we've got conflicting stories. This is my point why I make these videos. Don't believe everything that the news or the press tell you. I know Mark Williams-Thomas, I respect him for helping many people, you know, all over the world in stuff at the end of the day, but it's just a narrative, and you know, a lot of people want more answers. That's why I do investigations to find my own thoughts on what happened.
Off-road, where at 08:49 and 08:50 on the Monday he dropped a location pin. However, as part of this investigation, we have sought to identify and speak with as many people that Jay had contact with whilst in Tenerife. The result of this digging has opened up an established criminal network with links to drugs, violent crime and theft. You will appreciate that at this stage I cannot expound any further on what we now know. However,
what they now know is not really been said or put out there. That was the end of the conversation. Yes, the Sun, Mark, News the World, many news articles online have said all of these things, that it could be that he could be involved in criminal activity and brought his own cases up. I thought that was kind of strange early on in the hunt, basically for, well, missing person, should I say, Jay Slater before. But yes, I think Mark Williams-Thomas done what he could, but I think what he does know wasn't really put out there, because I think he was either told by the Spanish government to step down, or had been threatened by criminals not to do any more there, and left and went home, which is fair enough.
However, at this stage, I'm unable to say if this network has anything to do with Jay's disappearance, but remain open-minded as we continue to investigate.
I think he does know, but like I said, he's not allowed to say anything.
I've had no involvement with the physical search. Mine has been the investigation. But to help, I've asked my team to pull together an interactive map which will show the areas that have been searched both by the Guardian Civil, local search and rescue teams, and a local search team who were joined by TikToker Callum. That team have been very crucial in terms of covering areas on foot. I also want to reach out to anybody else that's searched the area. Please provide me with your records of search areas, and then I can put that into a map and we can have as good a definitive map as possible.
He did what he could. I respected him, but he pulled out of the search. I think he got his answers quite quickly in what happened. And, well, I think anybody can make their own scenario in May in why he went home. Government or mafia, they're the only two reasons. Fair enough, and he did his job. I think he found more information than what the Spanish police did. This is also an interesting video. Jay and Lucy arguing over a lost bag, and this is not a handbag.
Go, stop, man.
possibly makes sense because there was a lot of conversation about narcotics. I call them sweets for the video, and it could very well make sense in what happened at the beach a bit later on, or not long after that, him losing something which belonged to something else, and they don't take prisoners. So that's interesting. I think there's 100% some real truth in this. Very, very important video. This is basically by End of the Struggle. A lot of people follow him. He's brilliant. He's much onto the Jay Slater case as I am. Listen to what he's got to say, because lately weird things have been happening where videos and information have been going missing, and I'm just wondering, and a lot of messages on my site have been going missing where people have been saying they put a message up and it's been removed. Is it because it's becoming close? Basically people are revealing so much information is coming out, and people who were involved in this case are getting afraid that they might be exposed. Let me play the video and I'll comment at the end. Very important.
Okay, I'm a little bit spooked. My last video, the Jay Slater video, was absolutely flying. Within an hour, it was up over 20,000 views, and it disappeared. Now, when I say to you it disappeared, it literally disappeared. As I was refreshing it, it disappeared. I had people messaging me saying, where's the video gone? It's literally disappeared as I was watching it. It was about the watch. It was about something somebody sent me today saying, here's something you need to see to do with the Jay Slater case. Anyway, something else weird happened that at the time I didn't think anything to it. Obviously I've been on this app now for a couple of years. I've got over 200,000 followers, and you get people messaging you crap all the time, bots and things. Anyway, within a few minutes of that video going up, I got a DM from somebody. Now this DM came into my requested DMs. The person had 0 followers. They were following 0 people, and it was just a picture of a girl's face, and it said, you better take that video down of the watch because I know what's happened, or something along those. I don't exactly know what the ending was. So anyway, I just replied, oh, do you now? Maybe you should let me know, sort of thing. And it wouldn't send. The message wouldn't send. It said, this cannot be sent. That message is no longer there now. It's not in the requested, and it's not in the primary, or whatever they call it. So the video disappeared. I didn't get a community strike. There was no community violation guide. There was no notification. It just disappeared as I'd never uploaded it. What do you think to that? You tell me. Maybe it's just a coincidence.
Very odd.
Okay,
Very odd indeed. Very, very, very odd. Gosh, I wonder about this comment disappear quickly. Al, does it usually? YT is a private company and can do what they want to do. This is probably what it is. Strange, I watched a video a couple of days ago about a last pink spot, and she bought some Valley points, etc, etc. Now it's gone. Can't find it anywhere. I think we all know what happened to that lad. So best to let it go. The story's getting dark. I'm not watching any more videos on it. Wow. 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 It is. It is. I must admit that it is definitely getting dark. A young TikToker, basically, he's telling his story in what he believed what happened, and it's good sometimes to get someone who's in his 20s and his experience in what basically goes on in sometimes young people's mind and what they're involved in. This is very interesting.
Not being funny, yeah, but he lost a backpack full of K, we're gonna call it, because the girl that was also posting videos about this that I've spoken to has been shadow banned for what she's been posting, so I'm trying to tread carefully, right? £30,000 worth of K, yeah, at a festival. You think whoever's found, stolen, picked up, robbed him for that is just gonna hand it over? Nah, no way. They've gone on a massive bender with it, sold whatever they couldn't use themselves, yeah. There won't be, that backpack won't be one big bag of K now. No way. No way. Some of it's been sold, some of it's been used. That 30 grand of K is not all together still. And if you think it is, you're stupid.
I think that's going to put a lot of people's mind at rest, what they suspected. I think, like I said, sometimes you've got to look at the bigger picture in why he went there for. And I think it was to earn money. I think he was coaxed into it by Lucy. I think she has a lot to answer still. I think Jay was a bit naive, but not naive. He could have said, no, I'm not going, or just gone on holiday and had nothing to do with it. But I just don't think he would have been in Spain, or Tenerife, should I say, if he wasn't going for business. And I don't think he wanted to go, because I think he knew what he was getting himself into. But like I said, hundreds and hundreds of videos are being knocked down. There was one shut down completely. There was a video that actually came out last night, and it was one of Lucy's friends exposing what happened in Tenerife in that night, and that's been taken off. If anyone can find it on TikTok, let me know. I think it may have been Festified, but I've not seen that video. It may have been him or someone along those lines put information up on TikTok that one of Lucy May's friends have started talking. I saw the video and I was half asleep, and I thought, hey, what the hell's going on? I'm going to try and find this tomorrow. But it just gives you an insight into a younger person looking in the case and what they think. And if you're going to do, you know, the bottom line is, if you're going to deal with the big boys, you've got to be willing to take the consequences. But I must admit, it is getting a bit strange. A lot of key videos and people who've claimed to be there and got information. Last night that I saw, a lot of this stuff have disappeared into thin air. Let me know, and if you do find that video I was on about a friend of Lucy May's had said that she's got some value information of what happened and why Jay was there and why Lucy was there, let me know, because I think that was very, very, very important. That was going to be the main title of the video, updated information by Lucy's friend. But like I said, I think the video's been deleted now. I've checked for a good hour everywhere and I can't find it. If anyone's recorded it or know anything about it, let me know ASAP. But I will put this video up anyway a bit later on. Thank you wherever you are, and don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. Thank you for the old subscribers and the new subscribers. And just a small statement: if anyone don't like the content and have said to stop talking about the case, or leave it alone, or any other sarcastic comments, you will be deleted and barred from the channel. It's as simple as that. I'm gonna put things up. I'm always polite, respectful. I'm gonna put things up which I want to put up, which I think a lot of The people who watch my content want to hear and support me. 90% of you are wonderful people. Just to let you know, that's an update. Thank you, wherever you are in the world.